Assalamu alaikum and good morning, viewers. In the today lecture, we will learn about the policy making process. In the continuation of the previous lecture, in which we learned what is the policy and what are the different type of the policy. But in the today lecture, we will learn about the policy making process. Whenever any organization or at the government level make a policy, the policy will be gone through from a systematic way of the process. And this systematic way of the process will be gone through from the 6 steps or the 6 phases. So, to keep remember the 6 steps of the policy making levels in the systematic way, I prepared a mnemonic for that. Let's to go through what's this mnemonic. For the policy making level, I prepared a mnemonic word by which you can remember the policy making process steps, which are the 6 steps. The PADI. Now we will go through what's this mnemonic word abbreviations. Abbreviation words is stand for it make the policy making level 6 steps of the policy making level will be explained. Now the first one is the the first one is the the first one in the policy making level. Definitely you will identify the problem identification and for solution. Okay, now how we will identify the problem in a particular geographical area, in a particular population, or some maybe the problem at the provincial level, it's maybe the problem of the national level, like a COVID-19 when it is become a pandemic and all over the world. Definitely our country couldn't be isolated from that pandemic. So when the problem has been identified, then definitely you will make the policy making process in a better way. Suppose the diarrheal cases. The diarrheal cases has become an increase, has become an epidemic in the particular geographical area, or in some specific in one province of any country or a state of any country, or it's become a outbreak in all the regions of the country, and it is increased the morbidity and mortality rates of the diarrhea among the children due to the diarrhea. So it's become the problem which has been identified for the policy making level. So the diarrheal cases, which is the morbidity and mortality both has been increased in among the childrens. So it got the attentions of the public health experts and the healthcare organization, the health ministry, and even of the government. So the increase the number of the morbidity and mortality of the children due to the diarrhea and all over the country. So it's become a problem which has been identified. Now we should have it has become the problem has been identified. Now the second stage is the agenda setting. Now agenda setting, when the problem has been identified that the morbidity and mortality of the diarrhea has been increased and become an epidemic in the among the children. So these now the the other problems are also there in that particular region or in the particular country. But when the policy making levels is set this agenda, putting in the agenda for the national agenda or for the provisional agenda, for even though for the local agenda, so they will see the which problem is a more worsen and which problem is a more uh, uh, affected the which type of the group of the people, and the second one, the last one, which problem we can manage very easily by the in the sense of the main material resources. So the problem is there for every type, but the problem which is we can manage very easily by the in the limited resources. So then definitely we set in the agenda, we will put it in agenda on the priority basis. So the diarrhea, which is increase the morbidity and mortality and among the children. So but the diarrheal cases can be managed in our limited resources as compared of the other resources. So the diarrhea is a put in the agenda is an international agenda, and the local agenda or the provisional agenda on the priority basis. So this is the second steps of the policy making level. When you put the agenda and put in the agenda on the priority as the top one, and the list of the agenda setting, the diarrhea is on the top of the agenda. Now the third stage will be start of the policy making levels. So what you will do from the D, the first D, then definitely to design the policy. Now what you will do and the design the policy, who will the first of all the question will come up in your mind, who will design the policy? Definitely you have the need of the team for the policy making level. For the definitely the public health experts, and then the epidemiologist who will be identify the outbreak investigation. Through the outbreak investigation, definitely the epidemiologist will come up with the concrete preventive measures, and then the biostatisticians and a statistician who collect the data, and then the stakeholders and the concerned ministry. And the stakeholder who the policy making level, you will involve those people which is can contribute in the decreasing the or declining the number or reduce the number of the morbidity and mortality of the diarrheal cases. So in these stakeholder is the social activist, or you can say the municipality department. The municipality department are take a major role in the controlling of the diarrheal cases among the children, and the water and sanitation department of the municipality is also the stakeholder for the in the making the policy making levels. So when these experts will sit together, definitely they will design a policy. What they will design? They will design a comprehensive diarrhea management plan or policy. So what they will do? The first one, it will come up the design that the mass vaccination for rotavirus, vaccination of rotavirus at the rotavirus. So the epidemiologist which has come up with the concrete that the rotavirus is the main cause for these for the outbreak of the diarrheal cases among the children in that particular geographical area. So the vaccination for the rotavirus, that's what they plan. The hand hygiene hand hygiene campaign, and the improve the sanitations, water treatment plan should be the improved. Both should be the improved, sanitation and water treatment plan. And then the ORT plan, rehydrations of the dehydrated children's in order to decrease or decline the morbidity or mortality among the children, which is due to the diarrhea or due to the dehydrations, and it's happened. Now after that designing of the policy, then definitely you will go for the development of the designing of the policy, then decision making, then decision making, and the fifth stage is the decision making. You have enlist the option in the third stage, when the public health experts and the stakeholders, they are sit together and design and make a design for a policy. Then they enlist the option for the implementation of the policy in order to control the diarrheal cases. They make a comprehensive diarrhea management plan. So in the decision making, the same team of the health department, health ministry, finance, and by the international donor agency like the WHO or UNICEF, they will be the part of the decision making. They will choose among all these option, or a list of the option to how to control the diarrheal management program. So among this all the list, they plan the cost efficient management plan for the controlling of the diarrheal cases, outbreak of diarrheal cases. They plan then the ORT supplement. The ORT should increase the rehydrate the children's which has become dehydrated due to the diarrheal cases, and increase the hand hygiene. And the vaccination is a very costly. If the UNICEF and WHO will provide the vaccination funding, then you can include this vaccination program in the policy making decision level. But the ORT, hand hygiene, and then the sanitations, okay, and the awareness program, education awareness program about the hand hygiene techniques. So these are the three. The ORT, supply the ORT by the supplement, by the distribution of the ORS, and improve the sanitation and water treatment plan. And the second one is the give the awareness or the education through the campaign at the national level or the provincial levels about the hand hygiene techniques, hand washing techniques properly. And the second one is the clean the environment in your surrounding with the contribution, with the help of the local municipality committee, or by local municipality committee or local government. So after that, we will come up on the fifth stage. In the fifth stage, we will the fifth stage of the policy is I. I is for the implementation of the decision and the decision making, which the plan has been decided or which option has been chosen by the policy making team for the implementations to in order to control the diarrhea, morbidity or mortality in that particular geographical area at the provincial level or in the national level. So it will be in the implementation. In the implementation, whenever you make any policy, when you decide that this policy plan will be implemented, so you cannot apply the abruptly in that particular geographical area outbreak. So the output or the outcome will not come, the expected outcome will not become in that way in which you hypothesize or predicted. So the first for the implementations, what you will do, first of all train the HRs, human resource of the health and the municipality departments for the diarrheal control program. The second one distribute, provide the three M's. Three M's means HR, human money or means financing, and the second one is the material. What's the material resource? The ORS, education, pamphlet, okay, and the financing for the training or awareness education campaign, for the health promotion, okay, about the, and then the distribution of the ORS training, provide the financing, allocate the financing for the training of the HRs, and then the provide the material or the resources for the health education awareness program and all over the country or in the for the community levels, and they provide the ORS for the ORT or rehydrations of the children's in order to reduce the from the dehydration which has been happened due to the diarrheal cases. So in the implementation phase, you will do all these things. Now in the sixth stage, then the evaluation. So in the evaluation, you always assess the output and outcome, or you can say the results of policy plan which is you have been implemented for the diarrheal control cases. So how you will evaluate? Definitely then after this policy implementation plan, then definitely you will get the baseline data. For the baseline data, then again you will conduct the survey. In the survey, when you will find out in the all over the country, you conduct the survey after the plan of the implementation of the plan of the policy plan, or you can if it is the policy has been made up by for the provisional levels, so you will conduct the survey at the provisional levels, or in the local level in the specific geographical area. It is a problem of the diarrheal cases, so you will conduct a survey in that particular small geographical area. So if it has become a policy at the national level, so we will conduct a national survey after this policy implementation. then we will see in the survey, then the morbidity, again the morbidity and mortality both has been declined among the children's. Then we can say, and then you can conduct the knowledge and attitudes about the hand hygiene techniques, and hygienic technique are about the sanitations. The sanitations of that particular geographical area has been improved, and the hand hygiene techniques or the hand hygienic awareness or the knowledge has been increased among the children and their family members. This is again is again the evaluation of the policy making levels. So your policy, when these all the three areas has been improved, means the morbidity and the mortality of the diarrheal cases has been declined, and the awareness and the hand hygiene practices has been improved among the children and among the family members. This is the second outcome which has been improved. And the third one, when the hygiene and the sanitation and water treatment plan has been improved and that particular geographical area and all over the provinces, that's the another third outcome which was in the plan of the policy making levels. So though all these indicators are the target which has been set in the policy making implementation plan levels, so all the target has been achieved. So by this way your policy has become effective in the sense of the improvement, or the sense of the get the good outcomes, get the good outcome and good results. I hope it's a clear your concept about the policy making process. So summarize the policy making level. The policy making level, whenever you make a plan for the policy making level, so it is policy making process. So every policy will be gone through from these 6 steps. So to keep memorize the 6 steps of the policy making level is not an easy task. So I prepared a mnemonic, and this mnemonic is called the PADDIE, and PADDIE. PADDIE. First P is for the problem identification, A for the agenda setting, and D for the designing the policy, and the fourth one is D. The second D is for the decision making, and I for the implementation of the policy, and the last one, the 6 steps, is the E is the evaluation of the policy or assessment of the policy. Okay, I hope in the today lecture is a clear your concept about the policy making process. For such type of the informative lecture, you should keep in touch with the HPH YouTube channel. And the last I request you to subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon. By pressing the bell icon, you will get my new lecture as soon as I upload on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.